Hey everyone, welcome back to Reading with Tatiana. Today is my March monthly wrap-ups for 2024. I realize I'm actually wearing the same sweater as my previous monthly wrap-up video, but you can tell it's a new month because my hair is slightly growing longer as I'm growing it out. So this is my wrap-up. In March, I got to read 3 books. 2 of them were book club books. One of them was recommended by a coworker. I had 2 4-star reads and 1 5-star read. So let's get into it. The first book I read is The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I gave this 4 out of 5. Basically, this is, in my opinion, a classic kind of whodunit murder mystery. It's a wedding set at a desert island. The 2 people getting married are basically narcissists, and there's tons of reasons why you wouldn't like them. You can't get to know them because every chapter is told by a different perspective of a guest at the wedding. So then through these different chapters and perspectives, you kind of piece together a puzzle of like who are these 2 people getting married. I really enjoy all different perspectives of the wedding guests, and there's so many red herrings. Like I mentioned, the 2 people getting married are narcissists, so you could be like, oh, like any of these people have enough reason to murder someone. So yeah, I did find it was kind of hard to start at first, just because there were so many characters. So it was hard to keep track. But once you kind of like just trust the process, keep reading, and people kind of get like uh, image in your mind, then it kind of reads a bit better. The second book I read is my 5 out of 5 book. This is Four Treasures of the Sky by Tinghui Zhang. Again, I give it a 5 out of 5, and this is just so good because it's historical fiction, and if you watch my channel, you know it's my favorite genre. So this was great because it's during a time period that I'm not really exposed to, which is the late 1800s in America, but specifically a young Chinese girl who gets abducted in China to go to America and has to work in like the different like what's it called, like different like lounges or places that men go to frequent for like sex workers. So this book was just so great because, again, historical fiction, I loved it. Learned a bit about history. I remember when I was growing up, we learned about like Chinese in America during the 1800s, and how like they were kind of like not chased out of the country, but just there were lots of like discrimination against Chinese people, like in Canada with the Chinese head tax. So this book was just really good. It kind of talked about the main character and how she grew up in China and how life was always very chaotic for her. And then she came to America, and basically she had a very rough go at life. And eventually she was able to flee the sex work to go to like mid-America. But even then, it's kind of a bit grim what happens to her. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed following Dayu, who is the protagonist's journey, and her journey to return home to China, metaphorically. So yeah, it was a really great book. It was sad, it was beautiful, I really loved it. The next book I read was a work book club read, and it was The God of Good Looks by Breanne McIvor. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this book, surprisingly, because I think if I read the synopsis of this book, or even based on the cover of the book, I wouldn't be that interested in reading it. But because it was a book club book, a book club book, yeah. I read it and I really enjoyed it. It's set in Trinidad and Tobago, and basically talks about a fall of a model who basically is a mistress of a very important politician in this country, and how she is kind of like at her rock bottom, and she gets the opportunity to work for a local makeup artist, and she basically climbs her way back to the top. And again, this is also like surprisingly I would put in as historical fiction. I don't remember like the years this book was set, but it talks about the reality of Trinidad and Tobago and the political turmoil, the corruption, and the culture there too. So I really enjoyed it because it was a part of the world I don't really know about, and yeah, it was really good. That wraps up my March reads for 2024. Again, I'm not active on BookTube anymore, but I like to do these summaries every month. Just it's a good way I think to like introduce books that I read to other people, and also like when I was first, well, not in first, before I was on BookTube, when I started reading back in 2021 for fun, or not start reading, return to reading. I will always kind of watch these summary videos on YouTube, and it was a really fun way to like learn about books I normally wouldn't like know about. So I hope this helps you, And yeah, I'll see you guys next month. Bye.